Everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand. Jessop's Journal is a collection of powerful, positive, and inspirational stories. It's time for Jessop's Journal.
Hi, this is Doug Jessop. Welcome to this episode of Jessop's Journal, where we share powerful, positive, and inspirational stories and music. Moms are moms. But today we're actually talking with not one, but two quad moms. Okay. We're doing Treasures Remembered because remember, objects with stories are treasures remembered. I'm tossing in the TV garden guy and, of course, the caring stories. But first, Lydia Taggart. Hi, I'm Doug Jessop. Welcome to this episode of Jessop's Journal. With me today, Lydia Taggart. Lydia, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we've known each other for a whole bunch of different things, but I'm going to kind of dive in a little bit. A while back, I did an interview with a woman that was a triplet that had triplets that then had quads. And I'm going, okay. And then I met you. And I'm going, oh, okay. Now, wait a second. You're not a triplet, right?
No.
You haven't had triplets.
No.
But I understand you have had quads.
Yes.
Okay. So let's give a shout out to the quads. Okay. Names. Come on.
Okay. Well, I got to start with my older two.
Okay. Go for it.
My oldest is Stephen. Then we have Dallas. And then the quads are Lily, Evan, Merrick, and Brendan.
Okay. 6 kids.
And they'll be happy that I did not put them in the correct age order.
Oh. Yeah, it's like, I wonder about that. Admittedly, I don't like to use what are called labels, but there's definitions and then there's labels. So for example, I have friends that deal with type 1 diabetes. They're not diabetics, they're dealing with type 1 diabetes. And your oldest son, I don't want to necessarily put a label on it, but he's dealing with some medical conditions. Yes. You want to help fill us in?
Autism, high functioning autism. They call it Asperger's. And when he was about 12 years old, he came home one day and said, "Mom, people at school are telling me that I have Asperger's and autism. Why are they calling me autistic? What does this mean?" I said, "Well, that's what we've been telling you all along. You have this condition. It just means your brain thinks differently." And so from that moment, all leading up to it, we had just said, "You're different. People are different. Everybody's got something." But at that moment, he took on that label that they were assigning him and said, "I'm autistic." And he started regressing and talked less. And for about a week, I watched him kind of struggle with this identity piece. And one day I said, "That's just something you have. There's nothing different. You've been the same person all along. And this is just a name that they've given it. It doesn't mean that you're different than you were before." And he just, "Oh," and he went back to being himself again.
Well, biodiversity is one of those things that I actually do like to talk about a fair amount because I know a fair amount of people that deal with that. But the other thing that it's interesting, especially chatting with the juvenile diabetes kids, I've always reminded them, do not let your disease, condition, whatever phrase you want to use, do not let that define you.
Yes.
Now, there are communication issues, and so I understand you've written a book that kind of deals with communication issues.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's the FRAME formula.
Okay, I'm guessing that it's got little letters that go with it. Okay, so let's start with F. What's F?
F is the base layer, freedom to speak. If you don't feel truly free to speak, then you're not going to. And it's when when we found out that he had autism, and I wanted him to reach this goal, and it was a higher level goal on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and what was supporting it and what was missing. And we went down to it. He doesn't feel safe. He doesn't feel safe enough to really speak freely. And so we found some ways to make him feel safer. It was so simple. It was so easy. Once we figured out what it was, all we did was put a Post-it note on the fridge. It just said where you're going to eat today and who you're going to be with, because we had so many people coming in and helping. And
you had a couple people at the house, yeah.
Few.
Yeah. Teenage years must have been really crazy at your place. So
yeah. So he once he knew where he was eating and who he was going to be with, oh, you're going to be with grandma today, you're having peanut butter and jelly for lunch, or whatever it was. After 2 or 3 days of that, he started talking. There was no more meowing and pointing at what ice cream he wanted. He just started talking.
Well, a lot of the people that I know that deal with autism and family members and all that kind of fun stuff, it's structure. They like structure. Yes. Okay, yes. So F is freedom, R is?
Respect and honor.
Oh, okay. So how do you mean that?
So if I expect him to respect me, I better respect him. Good point. And we don't feel respected. If we don't feel respected, we're not going to talk and share our heart.
You know, it's interesting. You wrote this with the intention with your kid, but it sounds like this could actually work a lot for anybody, any age.
Oh, yes. It's principle-based, not situational.
Gotcha. Okay. So A.
A is accountability and action.
Okay. Okay. We got freedom. We got the respect. Okay. So what do you mean accountability and action?
We don't blame the sun that's in our eyes if we don't hit the ball.
Okay.
If I get a home run, it's my prize.
Okay.
If I miss the home run, it's also on me.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay, so now we're down to the M of frame.
Meaningful moments.
See, I'm so glad that you recognize, you're remembering all the letters, because I'm just going, this is what happens if she forgets. No. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, meaningful moments, like being on Jessop's journal. No.
Yes.
So what's that mean?
And matching the mood. It's kind of a dual thing. You match the mood to make meaningful moments. And if I want something to happen, that's all me. But if I want to make a relationship and build a communication, I need to invite them and find out what makes something special for him. He wants to build Legos. Guess what? We're going to be building Legos.
Okay. So it sounds like, okay, now there's somebody out there I might just be talking to. Sometimes it's about timing, right? Okay, you know, when you talk about match the mood, certain comments, timing. Okay, just saying. Okay, so the last one is E. What are we talking?
Everyone wins.
Oh, there you go. Everyone wins. Okay, that makes sense. So that's cool. That is cool. Now, you've got the book. You've been able to deal with these children, you know, and you're a mom that is, you know, helping stuff. When you talk to other moms, because I know you do training and things like that with relationships, et cetera, but what's the thing that you try to get people to remember the most, to be able to get out of the book or the trainings that you do?
Well, as I have been working with moms and using the book and the frame formula, I realized that there's another step. And it's lower than feeling safe. And I call it the reframe, because remembering who you are, reimagining what you want, and recommitting to yourself to be able to make it. You matter. You are the most important part. I was going through this and I lost my identity as a person. I was like just that lady with the kids. And I didn't even have, I wasn't even the kids' mom. I was the lady with all those kids. I needed so much help. And we do need help. We need to accept help. We need to remember who we are, that all these experiences are layered onto who we are. They don't identify who we are at the core.
With another entry into Jessop's journal and Lydia Taggart, I'm Doug Jessop. What do you care about? It's time for the caring stories.
We haven't found anything else really as economically empowering to lift a woman from poverty in the third world as a sewing machine.
Something as simple as this crank gives people hope all around the world. Nonprofit So Much Hope retrofits old sewing machines with hand cranks and then sends them to a woman in need, a group of women, a school, church, or village.
We need to go to the third world and find third world solutions to third world problems. That's why we do hand crank sewing machines. A hand crank machine can be placed anywhere in the world. Refugee camps, displaced people in the middle of disasters, they always work. They're not power dependent.
So Much Hope has placed machines all over the world, including Nepal, Mexico, Greece, Ghana, and more.
We had 2 machines that went to Uganda a few years ago. They're making school uniforms. The woman that came back said we were saving hundreds of girls with 2 sewing machines because without a uniform, they can't go to school. Without an education, they have no future. So 2 sewing machines provided that for hundreds of girls. That's why we're obsessed about sewing machines. when we find the impact we have, it makes you feel pretty good.
We are most grateful to So Much Hope, the organization who donate this to us. She's going to use to start her own business.
A sewing machine can have more impact than you think.
Food on her table, medicine for the kids, tuition, school uniform, hygiene kit for her daughter to stay in school. Everything will come out of that sewing machine.
How can you help? Donate.
I always say every sewing machine needs loving. If you're not loving your sewing machine, I've got women that will.
One of my favorite inspirational quotes is from Audrey Hepburn. She said, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." Hi, this is Doug Jessop, TV Garden Guy. I'm at Mill Creek Gardens where,
Every day's a great day, and look at all that's going on in this room.
Lorraine, all your beds are all just fresh. I mean, you must be getting gazillions of different deliveries.
We are. You wouldn't believe how many deliveries we have here. Sometimes there's even a traffic jam.
Now, I understand there are people that want to know, how do you put stuff together? And so can you talk just real quick about hot and cool? And it's not water.
Hot colors are the bright colors. The cool colors are the ones that are like a lime green or a lemon yellow. It's really, really fun to put all those together. And what you really want is either a monochromatic, which is all one color shaded, or you want multi, which is what my favorite is, because variety is the spice of life.
Broadcasting from Mill Creek Gardens, 3500 South, 9th East, I'm Doug Jessop, where every day is a great day at Mill Creek Gardens. Ba-da-ba-bum. Watch TV Garden Guy every Thursday and Friday on The Place, Studio 5, Fresh Living, and of course, Good Things Utah. Everyone has a story. Objects with stories are treasures remembered. With me today, Micah Christensen with Anthony's Fine Art.
This is what we would call a grand orchestral cylinder music box made in Switzerland in the 1880s. This is the most spectacular music box you will ever see. A 10-cylinder music box with case. And if you looked on the outside, you wouldn't really know what you were approaching. This is mahogany with brass lining. And then it has this beautiful Louis XV style cabriole legs. And each one of these drawers opens up to reveal musical cylinders that can be changed for the purposes of playing additional songs. Each cylinder has 8 songs on it. Here we have 9 of them, and the 10th is in the interior. These numbers, Roman numerals 1 through 8, show the different songs that you can choose on each cylinder. Each cylinder has 8 different songs. So on this cylinder, we will play song number 1. This has all of the moving parts and the delicacy of a Swiss watch. On this side, we have the winder, which is what gives it the energy and gets the springs prepared. And then these mechanisms move the cylinder, which is here in the middle, and the cylinder has tiny little tines on them. Tines are raised parts of the surface that as the cylinder moves, it strikes the cone. And that's like hitting the keys on a piano. And there are also 9 bells, which is one of the things that makes this extraordinary. If you want to go ahead and press play.
Imagine you're a triplet that has triplets, and then your next pregnancy, you have quads. Oh, mamma mia! It's time to sign into Jessop's Journal. With me today, Kayla Glines. Okay, so you've got a shirt on that says good vibes. What in the world does good vibes mean to you?
It is my motto for life. When you got as many kids as I've got, you got to have something good going.
That's true, okay? And so we're going to chat with that a little bit, but first I'm going to tell the story, okay, this is a weird one, of how in the world we met, okay? You are a phlebotomist.
Yes, I am.
So for people that don't know what in the world that is, explain.
I draw blood all day.
You're
I'm a vampire. I stab people. I mean, that's what I do.
So yes, you stabbed me. It's our, we were just chatting, and let's get real. We're both kind of chatty people. Okay?
Yes.
And I come to find out that you were a triplet.
Yes, I am.
But there's something a little different about this triplet.
I'm a triplet that has triplets and then had quadruplets.
Oh my, that's a lot of kids. Okay, I gotta ask, how many kids did you have in diapers at the same time?
I have 5 right now.
All in diapers?
5 are in diapers right now.
Oh my gosh. Do you worry about, having, what's the next after what, number 5?
Quintuplets.
Quintuplets, okay. Yeah, you going for 5?
No. We're done.
We're done, yeah, we're done. Okay, I had to ask, okay. What are the names of your triplets?
Allie, Grayson, and Parker. Grayson and Parker are my surviving triplets. Then we move on to our quads. Reese, a boy. Lincoln, a girl. Oakley, a girl. And then you got the end of ends, Jameson.
Describe what your thoughts were when you found out that you were going to have triplets.
I was actually really excited. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a triplet.
Yeah.
I got the concept. I mean, if I grew in my mom's belly, there was 3 of us, I could totally do it. Not a big deal.
So is there fertility drugs? I mean, what kind of medical magic? Was there anything that helped there or not?
So we had actually been trying for 10 years to get pregnant. And in that 10 years, we adopted our daughters, our oldest. And then we decided, hey, it's time for us to have our own kids. And so we went and did fertility. They told us a 1% chance. That's not a lot at all. And so we did it. And we were just very lucky, and we got all 3 of them.
Wow.
And it's great. Like, we get 2 of them that we get to hold all the time now, and they're good kids.
It sounds like your first one passed then.
Yes.
Okay, was that at birth or?
That was at birth.
Okay. Were there any medical issues that you had to deal with the kids, with your triplets?
So with them being born at 27 weeks,
oh dear.
Gestation, there comes a lot of problems. Parker, our baby C out of that bunch, seemed to excel and do the things that he was supposed to do in a NICU. He was in there for about 94 days. We just did the normal things, came home on oxygen, stayed on that for a while. He's just a normal 3-year-old now. Grayson, on the other hand, he was our child that had problems from the beginning. We couldn't ever extubate him, which is remove the tube out of his throat, and he ended up going up to primary children's to be evaluated. On being evaluated, we found that his whole entire airway was full of scar tissue, and we tried multiple things to get him extubated, and it just didn't work. And so on October 21st, 2017, we trached him. We put a trach in his throat, and we started the process of trying to get him to breathe out of that trach, be stable enough to be able to come home. He ended up coming home on Black Friday, 2017. Best day of our lives, but the scariest of our lives.
Oh, I bet. I understand that Parker has, done something very, very special for Mom and Dad just recently.
Oh, he's potty trained. He's potty trained. Totally potty trained.
Hallelujah. So you had 6 kids in diapers. So now you've got 5, okay? When everybody was doing the things, have you ever taken the time to count how many diapers that you go through in a typical day?
Well, if you really think about it, if I go to Costco once a week and buy 2 boxes, very large boxes, they have 150 diapers in them, and I'm done with diapers and have to go back to Costco on Sunday, every Sunday, that should tell you how many diapers I go through, with 5 in there.
I'm not a math major, but that sounds like a lot.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So does Huggies sponsor you guys?
No.
Huggies, come on, made in Utah. Kayla could really help you out here.
I would love it.
Yeah, well. So you did have the fertility treatment on the triplets.
Yes.
So did you have fertility treatment on the quads?
No.
Whoa, serious?
That's our first night away after raising 2 complicated little boys and 2 older children. So
Kayla, you're the mom of triplets. You just find out that you're pregnant, and you're thinking, okay, 1 kid at a time this time. Did it work out that way? Not so much. Do tell.
So I went in for a scan, thought it may have been a tubal. Wasn't a tubal. We were 5 weeks, 3 days, and I wasn't paying attention to the screen at all. Maybe a glance here or there. But I mean, if you're just glancing at it, you're just gonna see 1 baby at a time, right? Then our doctor looks up and he says, I think I see 4.
Your reaction?
It was very not appropriate.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're bleeping over here going, oh my goodness sakes alive. I've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. So your husband, what was his reaction?
He just said, honey, watch your mouth.
You had a kid in the room?
Parker's here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first family pictures weren't too bad. No, they were babies still. It was just cold. This year, they're all walking. They're all crawling. We did it in a studio. I wouldn't recommend that. To get everyone to look at a camera, it takes about 4 people jumping up and down like crazy people. We were just trying to get them to look at the camera.
So you've had the triplets and you had the quads, but you also adopted, was it 2 kids?
2.
Okay, how old are they?
Our oldest, Addison, will be 10 on April 25th. And then you have Amelia. They're actually biological siblings. They are family related. They're absolutely amazing kids.
So what was their reaction when they found out that triplets were going to join the family?
Well, they didn't think it was fair, actually.
Oh, really?
I mean, there's a 6-year age gap almost on the triplets and them. And so they're like, were we not good enough?
And then what did they think with the quads?
Oh, they thought that was amazing. They're like, well, we did it before. Let's do it again.
There you go. And I'm guessing that they're fantastic helpers.
They are. They help as much as they possibly can. It's usually, like I said, one gets picked to always help with bedtime, always help with putting in high chairs for dinner, lunch, breakfast, and they always play with them. They're absolutely amazing.
And the most important question, who gets stuck with diaper duty?
Not me.
Everyone has a story. Sometimes those stories are told through music. It's time for Jessop's Jukebox.
Nowhere to be, no city lights, nothing to do on a Saturday night. Dry county town. No corner bars, just you outshining all them windshield stars. We laid on that hood all night long until yesterday was gone. We were moonlight on the river, headlights on a hill. While that town was sleeping, we were shining. I was wrapped around your finger, young, wild, and real. We knew we were forever. We were diamonds, diamonds. I made you laugh, you made me dream. You burned that beautiful like kerosene. You said, do you believe we're meant to be? I said, I've never been this sure of anything. We laid on that hood all night long until yesterday was gone. We were moonlight on the river, headlights on a hill. While that town was sleeping, we were shining. I was wrapped around your finger, young, wild, and real. We knew we were forever. We were diamonds, diamonds. Diamonds, diamonds. We cut right through that cloud of dust. That one in a million was us, diamonds. We cut right through that cloud of dust. That one in a million was us, diamonds. We were moonlight on the river, headlights on a hill. While that town was sleeping, we were shining. I was wrapped around your finger, young, wild, and real. We knew we were forever. We were diamonds, diamonds. We cut right through that cloud of dust. Girl, that one in a million was us, diamonds, 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 diamonds.
What makes you smile? Spry Natural Xylitol mints make me smile. I think it might help you too. Thanks for watching this episode of Jessop's Journal, where we shared powerful, positive, and inspirational stories and music. It's my honor to be able to be on TV every Sunday, as well as online at jessopsjournal.com. Here's the thing I want people to remember. Yes, you. Everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand each other. With another entry into Jessop's Journal, I'm Doug Jessop.